Hey everyone, my name is Sierra. This is my second YouTube video. Yes, YouTube video number 2. The first one I did, y'all weren't checking for anyway. I think 7 people watched, but that's okay. It was a really bad video. The lighting was bad. It was in a bad part of my house. So for everyone who took the time to watch that video, thank you. Even if it was just like 4 of us. But some of those were probably my own views on said video. I don't know. But for everyone who did, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So I am about, I don't weigh myself very often, but I'm about 40 to 50 pounds smaller than that previous video about a year ago. I actually have a neck now. I have no idea where that came from. Please don't go anywhere. Back to normal. So I wanted to just talk about some of the things that worked for me, some of the things that didn't. Definitely talk about, being more consistent on this channel and what were some of the things, I guess, for me that kind of made me lose weight. I definitely want to go over that with you guys. Essentially, the best way I can describe it, I was so depressed. And a lot of that was simply circumstantial. I don't know where you guys are. I'm in the States, so things that were going on in the world made me feel as if I didn't belong. People I thought were okay, I found out were not. Something as small as checking the chat for my neighborhood. We're all in a neighborhood chat. Everything became racial. And I did not grow up where that was appropriate. I didn't grow up that way at all. My mama never even let me say race. I couldn't describe a friend as having a specific race. So if I said, Mommy, I met someone today, and she would say, well, oh God, tell me about them. And if I would tell her, oh, this person is this race and they wear glasses, she would ignore me. And I'd be like, well, Mom. And she would say, well, try again. And I'd go, oh, well, she's tall and she's funny. And then she was actively interested. I say that to say I never fully got the scope of racial issues and how much they affect us, especially, again, being a person of color and living in the South. I live in the Bible Belt. It was probably single-handedly the most painful thing I experienced was this past year. After the passing of George Floyd, even the circumstances around me were really, really crazy. People were protesting as they should have been. You had the virus, so I couldn't see my family, I couldn't see friends, there was nowhere to go, nothing to do, and there was nowhere to escape. After the initial lockdown, after coronavirus, I just sat in my house having panic attack after panic attack. And one of the ways that I was comforted in these situations was by eating. But at one point, I would hide behind my couch and just scream. I was so out of sorts mentally, and if something did not change, I was going to permanently change, and I could not allow for that to be the case. I could not. I woke up one day, and there really wasn't a huge prelude to this, and again, this is after my initial YouTube video, but I woke up one day, and I had to decide the kind of person I wanted to be, and the kind of healthy that I wanted to be, and more than anything, I needed to get control. I needed to control one aspect of my life so I could feel like I could therefore build and control other areas of my life, or at least feel stable when things around me were out of control. So one of the things that I did, I decided, I'm going to go ahead and eat well, and I'm going to start going on walks daily. It was such a small change, honestly. I would walk until I just didn't feel like being bothered being outside anymore, and I'd come back in the house. I didn't think anything was really different, but I did consciously eat differently. I eliminated, processed foods and junk. I started cooking a whole lot. A lot of that's on my Instagram, and I started making slightly better choices. Nothing too huge, but better choices, and that led to a slow incremental weight loss. It was great. The first few days I just was kind of cranky. I yelled at everyone. Everyone was getting it that day, and nobody was safe. It wasn't happening, but everyone, I was so irritated. Like, come on. And also I was afraid that making a major change during the quarantine meant I was going to be doomed for failure. Now is not the time, to stand up on your pedestal, try to make life changes, be better, eat the cake, eat the cookies. Honestly, who cares? Like, just do it. Now's not the time for this. Like, my brain told me that so much. Yeah. So I just felt like it wasn't the time to make any major changes, to make any sort of major adjustments, as a person. And my brain told me that so much. I actually believed it. I would eat well and then go, now is not the time. Eat the candy. Why are you grocery shopping and skipping the chips aisle? Like, we're in the middle of a pandemic. But I kept listening to YouTube videos, on discipline and decided I wasn't going to do it. So I stuck with it. This went on until, days turned into weeks turned into months, and before you know it, you build habits, and those habits become consistent, and you make appropriate changes, and I guess you become better. About 30 pounds down, honestly, I couldn't recognize, honestly. There it is again. Stop saying honestly. God. About 30 pounds in, I realized I couldn't recognize myself. I was having difficulty recognizing my body. So my body is different now than it was. I still have a belly, but that belly hangs lower because there's less fat. It's not as round, which means it looks like a second ass in my pants. It makes me crazy. Of course I would get interrupted while recording this video. Of course I would. Life wouldn't be right if I didn't get interrupted. So anyway, didn't recognize my body because at a point, clothes started fitting differently. When I was larger, things fit, in my opinion, better, and I'm going to tell you why. So the reason why I feel like things fit better is because my belly was rounder and smoother. It did not have that hanging thing going on. It didn't have, like, there's like a flap now at the bottom. Don't look, but seriously though, there's a flap at the bottom. And it makes me look like I'm jutting out wider than I am when I sit down. I don't want to talk about it. The point is, I went through some really bad body dysmorphia. I kept going for a while, and I just went through a period of time where I did not recognize myself. And I've been there ever since. That's the hard part. I've been there ever since. Now I'm wondering what else I can do. What else am I capable of body-wise? Are we having open conversations about, mental health and weight loss? Are we having open conversations about losing weight, it not being your ideal body type, and still being uncomfortable with yourself? I need to know if there are other people who are going through the same thing. Literally, that's what I'm here for. I want to hear what you have to say, how you feel. I'm about to start all over again, and beyond failure being my biggest fear, it's bigger for me to say that I'm afraid I won't recognize myself. I'm afraid of that. I'm also afraid, just like I was last time. The first time I did this video, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to start and I'm going to fail. And then what? I don't want to let you guys down. I want to be honest with you about what's going on, what I'm doing, but I don't want to let you down. I'm a person that is consistently trying to do her best and be her best every day. I think that just means that I'm human. I try to do the right thing. Then I wake up and I'm like, that was not the right thing. It happens more often than you think. So just like last time, if you guys want to go on this journey with me and hear more about, my struggles with, trying to become stronger and be more fit and trying to lose weight and to reconcile that not only with my everyday life and responsibilities, but also with the things going around me in the world. When the world is chaotic, food is comforting. I am the only larger person in my family. My mother is tall and she is absolutely tiny and model shaped. My sister is smaller. My brother, he doesn't gain weight. I'm the only larger person, and it makes me feel so ostracized at times. My mother, my sister, whom I'm close to both of them, will talk about, hey, we were, sharing clothes and let's see how this looks. And, they can't even, I literally just walk away because that's not a conversation I can be included in unless someone asks me, how does it look? I don't have my own sense of style or any of that. I wear, even now that I'm smaller and things do fit, because there was a time when I was bigger and it was harder to find clothes that fit, not as hard, because luckily we are in a point in time where there's such a push for plus size inclusivity, and I'm so grateful for that. But, still, sometimes you go in stores and they'll say 3X, and I'm like, oh, my shoulders are broad. It's not a 3X on me. I may have to wear a 5X. Like, it's difficult. It really is. And I always feel just a bit left out. Like, whenever I'm like, oh, let's do lunch with my family, and I will gather everyone and pay for lunch, I am the one that shows up in leggings and a t-shirt. My sister will show up with something cute, a matching purse, a hat, a dress, boots, and I'm like, nah, son, bring me a t-shirt and some leggings, and that's what I'm gonna wear. I am comfortable, and I am not opposed to being comfortable, but I know that there's probably way more to my sense of style and my personality than just the most comfortable t-shirt I can find and leggings, or jeggings. Do those qualify as a different type of pant? Just wondering if you guys were interested in going along with me. And again, like and subscribe. There will be more videos. There will definitely be more consistent content. And I can't wait to show you guys everything from what I eat in a day. I can vlog things. I'm not good at cameras and angles and stuff. I have to get better, and I guess that'll only come with practice. But I want to know more about what you guys want to see about weight loss, eating well, mental health, going on that journey. And I've fallen off now, not horribly, thankfully, but enough to have gained like 8 pounds over the holiday season. It snuck up on me before I knew it. If you guys want the next video, I'll show you my weight and we will go from there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and just know that I love you. People say things like, I hate you all the time, but if people can hate for no reason, then I can love you for no reason as well. I read that, and it has rang true for me every single day of my life. So make sure you hold on to it, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.